welcome to Breakfast with Zeesy. Today my guests are Sarah, Anna, and Laura. There you go. Hi, welcome again to Breakfast with Zeesy. My first guest today is Sarah, and just so you all know, this is the first on-location edition of Breakfast with Zeesy. These three wonderful women have invited me to their house and cooked this unbelievable breakfast. It's better than brunch, I have to say. Yeah, totally. So Sarah, you live in a house for tall women. I do. And speaking as a woman who's not tall, I'm not short, but I'm not tall either. Is it something you feel on a day-to-day, or is it only when like a guest comes over and you're like, oh yeah?
Well, I actually don't feel that tall.
Really?
Yeah. I feel like you two are tall, and I'm not.
You're almost as tall as us.
I guess
You're basically the same.
Yeah, pretty much. But you're not the tallest in the house. So maybe
yeah,
that's...
I think that's it. I don't feel like the tall lad the whole time.
Yeah? Oh, interesting. Cool.
Me or you.
Yeah, I've always been obsessed with the idea of being tall.
Really? So
for me, it's like a Napoleon complex. So maybe that's why I'm like hyper aware of those things. So this breakfast, is pretty spectacular. Are you somebody who's interested in food?
I like food a lot. Yeah. I'm not a foodie, but
Really?
yeah.
Or maybe I am.
I would disagree.
Well, I try to eat healthy, I guess. But I don't know.
But you also buy premium foods.
Yeah, okay.
You buy premium foods and you never
Premium
eat
hot
shit.
dogs.
Oh, I eat shit sometimes.
Yeah,
I
but
ate hot dogs yesterday.
What kind of hot dog?
They were really expensive.
Premium hot dogs. See, there's a difference between having hot dogs and eating like the all beef, like
organic.
yeah, organic hot dogs. There you go. That's like that's a bar. You set a bar at a certain level. Most people don't aspire to. Definitely.
But you eat the same thing.
I go through phases. I like the same thing every day for a long time.
And you eat a lot.
I think
Yeah, I eat a lot.
There's a lot of comfort in that, in having like a routine with food, because it's something everybody has to do every day. I don't know. But it's also dangerous territory food sometimes. People really get like, I get my back up about it sometimes. Not good. I don't know, but you seem very relaxed in general.
Really? Okay.
Do you have any tips? Yeah, you really do. I don't know this woman very well, but with our brief encounters, do you have any tips for relaxing, like ways to just like be calm? Eat well.
Yeah, eat well. Don't take things too serious.
That's a good tip. Thank you. That one's going like, if I could tattoo it on my arm, I would.
Yeah.
You could.
I could, but
Maybe you should.
I really don't want to.
Don't take things too serious.
Yeah. Do you think people who get tattoos take the tattoo seriously?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Or, well, but I think that's something that maybe you should take seriously.
But what if you take it seriously at the time, and then you realize later that like
You were too serious.
your sublime tattoo is maybe a little too serious.
Yeah, it's hard to know whether they were really taking it as seriously as they could, or whether they weren't taking it seriously.
Yeah, maybe that's a problem in general in life, like people not taking things seriously enough.
When they should.
When they should, yeah. Yeah.
But then taking them too seriously.
Yeah. That's true. Well, thanks so much. My next guest is Laura McCoy, who is artist, poet, with her boyfriend, one of the founders of the No Face, No Problem poetry series, which was really amazing, more of a performance series than poetry straight up, but those were pretty awesome, actually.
People still ask about them.
So people still, of course people still ask about them. I think maybe you should get something started again.
Yeah.
So Laura, what are you afraid of?
Oh shit. I think I'm afraid of being too comfortable. Or I'm afraid of sleeping too much. Maybe because I want to sleep a lot lately because I have some health problems. And it feels like time goes really fast and then I haven't done anything and you want to sleep a lot. That scares me.
There's a Rumi poem where it says don't sleep. Like the idea of like you're going to miss a lot if you just sleep it all away. Not literally like never sleep, but
Actually never sleep. Yeah.
there's a lot of fear built up in the idea of missing out.
Yeah.
Just so like in the general culture, I think, and maybe especially among our peer group too.
Yeah. Yeah, you can feel it, I think. You can feel that people feel like they need to get a lot done now. There's like not endless time. But I think it's also something about just coasting or floating along, you know? And being really comfortable and just being like happy to
Follow
go on the internet and read a book, but not actually like think about what I want to be doing nowadays.
Yeah. That comfort kind of leads into a thing of like, you do that too long, and all of a sudden you're 40 and like doing something that's not satisfying.
Right. Yeah. Or you just, and it's really easy to give into comfort. And I think sometimes it's important too, but it's not. I think sometimes I want to. It's like my nature just to be comfortable and stable and safe. But I think in order to do some things that I want to do, I can't do those things.
That's really
Like fighting your nature. Yeah.
Totally. That's like the best way to accomplish anything is to totally like pick the thing that's hardest and try and do that.
Yeah, and that's so different for everyone, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Whoa.
But I'm also afraid of things like cancer and growing old and not having children to look after me.
It's okay, well, I just have robots.
Yeah. Robots. I don't want those.
Yeah. They're not as soft, but maybe they feel even more indebted to you.
Maybe. Yeah. I think those are the big one. Or dying young.
Really?
Well, dying like in the next 10 years.
Yeah. I think I'm more afraid of dying horrifically than I am afraid of dying right now.
Horrifically, yeah. So many ways to die.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Remember that song?
99 ways to die!
I think there's probably more than 99 ways to die, but I wouldn't want that to be the last thing I hear. That's for sure.
That.
Totally. Well, thank you so much for breakfast. This is amazing.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming over.
Yeah, you're welcome. It fills my heart with gladness. Hey, welcome back. And I'm sitting here with Anna, whose cold sore just exploded. So, okay, I recently went through like a weird, like obvious health thing where I couldn't talk. And I've also went through this thing this year where like spontaneously my hand erupted in itchy, I thought they were warts, but it was clearly, yeah, crazy. It was clearly 100% connected to like stress. That was the only reason I had that shit. I've never had cold sores, but like, do you find that it's something deeply connected to like your life?
Not just, I don't just find that, but that's like, they basically say, the medical establishment says that it's stress.
Yeah. Serious.
I get them maybe like once a year, or twice a year. And the thing about cold sores, or maybe something like that, like warts on your hand or something, is that I find that I'll get those when I'm really like deeply stressed out and I'm not even aware. You know what I mean? Like, so deep that your body has to deal with it because you're not dealing with it emotionally.
Yeah, seriously. And it's like a warning. It's like, slow down. It's like that classic thing where like immediately after exams, like college students will get like deeply sick. Like they'll get the flu or something crazy. Like just as soon as like exams or critique period or whatever is like done.
Or a full body rash or something.
Oh my god. Yeah, what is up with that?
Have you seen that guy on YouTube? This guy who has this disease that he looks just like a tree.
Oh, I saw that on the actual TV. Yeah. Oh, crazy.
His hands and feet look like a tree.
But the craziest thing with tree man is that the government of, I think he's Indonesian, and the Indonesian government found out about him. And this was kind of like the spin that the Learning Channel put on it. They were like, oh, we've got this American doctor who's going to treat him with drugs, so there's no surgery, and the drugs will take care of like his immune problem. And then the Indonesian government was like, no, we're going to like give him crazy surgery and televise it. So for the Americans, they want to promote like the awesomeness of their drugs, and the Indonesians want to promote the awesomeness of their surgery. And so the guy, because he's Indonesian, they basically were just like, yoink, and they put him in the hospital and cut all of his stuff off.
I heard it grew back.
And of course it grew back because they didn't deal with the root cause.
The root.
Yeah. So why do you think we're so stressed? Because this is another crazy thing. We live in this world where, like, Laura was just talking about being too comfortable, and it's so easy to be comfortable. But I'm really hard pressed to think of people who aren't stressed. I mean, Sarah, I'm like, whoa, you're like super relaxed, and you're like, I am, like, like we put on a good front, but then our cold sore explodes.
Well, that's the thing. Is like I don't even know if I can talk about it because I don't necessarily feel stressed out, but I know that I am because I can't sleep, and maybe I can't eat a full meal, and I gotta fall asleep. How do I think it is? I mean, I guess we're trained pretty much on a daily level to act like everything's fine. So it's maybe just a matter of like fighting your inner feelings that makes you stressed.
Everything is fine, right? I mean, like, maybe not in the long term, but like right now we're eating premium food and like.
Yeah, everything's fine, right? But like, if you were walking down the street, you really wanted to cry because something was really affecting you, you wouldn't cry. Like, I mean, some people would, but like generally a lot of people wouldn't.
And if you do cry, people are probably gonna be like this, like.
Yeah, exactly. So maybe if there was more of an opportunity to cry, maybe it's because we all need to go to church more.
Okay.
We need to go to confession.
All right, everyone, let's finish breakfast quick. I believe there's a number of institutions in the neighborhood.
Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday. So I think thanks, ladies. Thanks. I'm in the house of the tall woman at the epicenter of Toronto's nightlife and bar culture, Dundas and Ossington.
Oh god.
This
Why did you always want to be a tall woman? Because I know a lot of short women that say that.
Yeah, in my mind, being a tall woman, it's a less vulnerable position, and I feel like people take you more seriously.
Right.
There's like a power associated with it, but you still get to be a woman. But you're allowed to take the qualities of like assertiveness and strength that all men get to have, but you don't have to give up being like you're also a woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting though because it seems like it's easier to be small because like usually you want women to take up less space. Like that's kind of what people. So if you take up a lot of space and you're a woman, people are immediately uncomfortable.
Yeah. And they call you Big Bird.
Yeah. And it's like and men like are it seems like.
Or drag queen.
Yeah, it seems like you are more a woman or something if you're small because there's not very many tall women. Well, there are more now, but.
This is why we're also stressed out. Because we have these roles we have to fill, and if you don't want to perfectly conform to what's expected of you, it's like,
no, poor us.
Yeah. Plastic organic salad dressing. Please, I would really like more of that noni berry juice with active ginkgo biloba extract.
Oh no.
Awesome. Anyway, have a good breakfast, everyone. Thanks for joining us on Breakfast with Zeesy, and see you next week.